Hello, Narnach here. Welcome back to Grim Dawn. We are playing with the Ashes of Malmouth expansion. There's a Death Knight. And on hardcore even. And we are on our way to Mr. Darius Cromley. Though I think this episode we're mostly gonna move over towards the next waypoint, the old Arcovia waypoint. And kill a bunch of bugs on the way, and I think there's gonna be at least one devotion point on the route as well. And ooh, Turtle Shell has leveled up. It's really difficult to see green on a green grass background. This is still the fun bit. You just walk in, just wait for the wasps to realize you're there, and then look, no hands. They just kill themselves. It's Spectral Wrath is amazing. I keep saying it because I really do mean it. It is a really nice skill. It just makes you so incredibly tanky against regular mobs. And well, early on in the theory craft section of the build. No, the video 0, so to say. I indicated I'm gonna put 1 point into Counter-Strike, and I wasn't even quite sure of it. Effectively, this is the reason why. Because I don't think we're gonna need Counter-Strike in a build that has Spectral Wrath. I think Counter-Strike, for all our purposes, has just been completely superseded. Because this is just better. Nope. Maybe later on, having both will be useful. Spectral Wrath, it does fine damage, but if you get the retaliation damage on top of the Spectral Wrath, it could be that monsters later on, they become sturdy enough that it's useful to have them both to get the same effect as we have now. Because of course having a maxed out skill this early kind of puts you a little ahead of the power curve that you otherwise would be. But if things remain as they are now, then no, we might not even need it. Or 1 point it might then be all that we do need. So our energy curve is pretty darn good. Our health gain is also pretty decent. And of course enemies kind of keel over rather rapidly. I think we're off to a very good start. Corpses mean loot. And nice. We even have a way back. That is of course blocked here, but there's a couple of monsters that do need to be murderized. That was the Stirring Hive. Nice and quick. I'm just so curious to see how this build is gonna hold up on Elite, especially on Ultimate. Because I think the retaliation commando did relatively well early on as well, and just really slowed down. So of course I know from at least from experience that taking down. Let's see, we need a Frozen Heart. We already have Frozen Hearts. That's easy. Of course, no, I know that the commando build at least slowed down on higher difficulties. But for this one, we'll just have to play and see. But I think the potential is much better. Otherwise I would not be playing this build, of course. So, more jelly, and then I think for the time being we're done with bees. Okay, so wait, we of course, I completely glossed over the bit here, but of course we have a troll hunt, we have a forge hunt. There's some golems here that are just gonna die. Hello there. Mornay sent me, what do you need? We have a deal. What did I just agree to? Oh, gonna kill the forges, yes. Hiram, you want me to kill the troll? Yes. Well, first we need to help him, I think, and then at some point there's gonna be a follow-up where we have to hand in some of the beeswax, royal jelly, I mean. Let's first spend some points on the mastery bar here. let's see, 1, 2, and we are still a couple of points shy of maxing out Spectral Binding, so I'm gonna keep doing that. So, but next level, no, there's one more point that we need to spend here. So 1 in Necromancer, 1 in the Mastery Bar here, and then we can put 1 point into... I think we'll... It's a bit of a toss-up between Blitz and Overguard. They're both active skills, that those are usually best to take first. Overguard is a nice panic button. Blitz of course helps with movement, and I think movement might be better for our momentum, so let's pick that one. So as I said, I want to stick to roughly level or level times 11 for our points. So that would actually put us to 242 for physique. So let's spend a point in here just to stay ahead of the curve that I kind of arbitrarily set for myself. Ooh, this looks like an upgrade. For energy regen, more armor, and it even boosts our ether damage, and the bonus to health is maintained. And the pierce resistance goes up, so because we have the vigorous prefix. I like it. Nice, nice, nice. Gear upgrades are always welcome. Zealous gauntlets, I kind of picked them because they didn't really do all that much. The casting speed of course does mean we cast more often per second, also increases our mana usage a little bit. This one would boost our ether damage a little bit, but we would lose the casting speed. Offensive ability is slightly lower, but we get a bit of resist instead of the skill disruption protection. Thing is, I just want to keep bumping things. It's better than sticking to some older stuff. So actually, just bump it, put that one aside for now. Ooh, a scepter. The listed damage per second is much lower, of course, because this is not meant for hitting things over the head, but it is meant for... oh, wait. Counting for the Wrathstone. That, if you ignore that one, is it control to ignore it. The bonuses, no Fatality Ether and Fatality Decay, are better than the non-useful bonuses from the axe. 5% chance to confuse target, so everything that has a weapon damage component will get a percentage chance to confuse target. That is pretty neat. And the bonus to ethereals and ether corruptions and bonus to casting speed is of course also going to be relevant. We will lose the ether lightning, which is a shame, but on the other hand, no, progress is progress. Then this one, it's more armor, but we do lose a lot of other bonuses, so I'm going to ignore that one for now. Ring, there's no energy on it, so that kind of biases me against it, and for the rest there's there's just really tiny bonuses that don't really add up to something all that great. Ditto here, kind of small things, but not really on par with what we have. Fire and cold resistance on these are pretty high. The vitality damage is slightly relevant. Because the current one has 8% to all damage and 7 to ether, so we would lose a little bit of damage, a little bit of health, but we would gain resist, but we would lose energy. I don't know. This is a bit of a side upgrade. For now, I'll just hang on to it. Of course, if we take things out, I don't think I have complete replacements for everything. So let's do a little upgrade. So early episode gear upgrades. Then later on, let's see, keep the add-ons. We keep the add-ons. And we keep the add-ons. Okay, there we go. Don't forget to re-add the aura. It's always difficult to see which one is which, so I accidentally added the wrong one. For this one, how much mana energy are we using now? 50 per second, and we're regenerating 37. On the other hand, we do have the infusion potential from the ribbon. So you know what? Let's just do it. And then we'll keep this one around in its entirety, and instead let's equip what I had in my pocket before. Do that one. So now we have a little extra damage and some energy absorption from enemy spells and a bit of a vitality resist. And then let's go back to Old Arcovia. We did talk to everybody in town, so now there's time to hunt for trolls. Well, it's just the one. Level 25. Okay, he actually hurts. So let's drink a potion here. And there we are. Okay, so that was all that. And then I think we can just go back, have a chat. With, yes, Eva now wants to have a chat. There are some people injured. Can I help? Is this enough royal jelly? Well, I have a metric boatload. And I already know the blueprint. Okay, cool. So we can just sell the blueprint back to folks here. Do that, do that. And then we have royal jelly bomb that we can just drink if we want to. That gives some extra health regeneration. So next up we can climb Cronley Hill. Not quite sure if it's called Cronley Hill, but it is called Cronley Hill now. There's some forges here. There's a couple of named opponents that have a chance of appearing. I don't think they always appear, but in this case Boris, Master of the Pit, is here. And you see, he does a fair chunk of damage, so I might as well just drink some of the jelly bomb to just help with a little bit of background passive regeneration. Ooh, Bounty Hunter's Girdle. That gives me a hooked net. And Lifestealer Oil. It's a small bonus to vitality damage. Attack damage converted to health. Don't really have a weapon damage based attack yet. And of course we have the very shiny yellow halo of the turtle shield. Let's see. Wait, you're my side. Well, I'm not gonna be evil here. No, let's actually be completely saint-like. Why are you in a cage? Why should I spare you? Alright, I'm listening. Get out of here. Yes. Okay. Ta-da, model citizens. They are completely reformed. Never gonna hurt anyone ever again. In the not violently settling of disputes kind of way. Because of course that's the other alternative. To make sure they will never do anything ever again. It actually takes quite a while for the turtle shell to wear off. Or to, for all the damage to have been inflicted on me to actually pop the shield. Often far beyond the fight in which it originally triggered. Yes, me. It's still funny that now enemies do have an attack. Sometimes the attack isn't too fast. So you can see it as a sort of a telegraph. So you can physically dodge the attack. Which is neat. It's more difficult with the gun attacks. Since of course the bullet kind of follows you wherever you go. Well, do they? No, not really. But they travel faster than the slow attacks. In this case though, we can just ignore whatever's shooting at me. Because Spectral Wrath will take care of it. There's a lot of damage over time effects going on here. I know there's some burning, there's some poison. Those are the things that of course hurt quite a bit. I forgot about that one. But keep in mind, poison resist is low, bleed resist is low. Fire is actually pretty decent, so burning is probably the least of my concerns right now. But the other resists, of course, once they are higher or better yet maxed, then those effects should matter less to me. And now jumping quite a bit ahead of ourselves once we make it to ultimate. And I get the Obelisk of Men here as my final constellation on the devotion tree. Oh, hello there, Wily the Slasher. Well, once I get that one... Ow, you are a bit stunning. Yes, thank you. Boomer. A little too far away. Oh, but that effect is really gonna put an end to most of the damage over time effects, because it's just gonna reduce their duration by quite a bit. In this build I wasn't planning on grabbing the Dryad, simply because I really need the points to get to quite some extremities on the skill tree. And the Dryad is just not efficient enough to pick up for my purposes. It's a very good constellation. The heal is very nice. And the reduction in the poison and bleed durations is also very convenient. But no, for this build we already get a Ratosh for our main attack, and that's gonna trigger a lot. And Ratosh is gonna reduce the resistances as well as the life leech resistance on enemies. So no, it effectively makes the life leech of our drain essence much more efficient. So in effect it kind of amplifies our self-healing capabilities from that angle. And of course there's gonna be the... keep forgetting what it's called. What was it called? Big guy. The Behemoth, yes. The Behemoth has a heal that is gonna trigger rather frequently for us as well. So it's gonna be helpful in larger battles, as well as the life regen from that. Okay, so turns out I was actually... I was gonna say, turns out I was a bit too pessimistic, I guess, about the expectation of getting to Cronley this episode, but we do go faster than some of the previous builds. But does not mean I have to forget to say hello. So we killed the Forges, then we get to kill Moneybags Martin. Yeah, one ahead of us. Okay, so next up, another devotion shrine, located in the corner below here. Let's see. So Moneybags Martin is not here. He has a couple of different spaces where he could spawn. I think for the quest he usually is the bodyguard of Cronley, waiting in the room just before. But afterwards he does tend to appear, and this is one of his possible spawning locations. Okay, there's some undead and cowboys here. That's a bit of an odd mix. Oh, most places in the game can spawn undead, of course. Multiple sets of incendiary shoulder plates and incendiary cask. If you're playing a fire build, farming some of these guys might be helpful, since now they do appear to be monster infrequents. Level 33. I think that might be the level where we get Blitz. This one wants a scavenge plating and some scrap. Well, we have that. And Marauder's gloves. I think I have a previous build that would have been happy with this. Well, that wasn't on hardcore, but I still would be happy. Let's see, what was I saying? Yeah, one more point in this. Then 1 more point in this, and then we have 1 more point. So we got Blitz, we got Overguard, and we got Shield Training. Actually, we're kind of walking into a boss fight, so having Overguard instead of Blitz might be the best choice here. Also, we just triggered a Shrine, might as well use the Devotion point. 1 more. And then we get ourselves Twin Fangs. Cool. So then, oh wait, can't equip. Oh, yeah, we went for Overguard. I think I'll actually just put Overguard here, because the refill effect is a temporary thing. At level 25 we'll replace it with Gluttony relic. And at 35 we will have yet another one. Wow, there's a priest even. So Overguard is a nice panic button. It's a little underpowered now, but still does some part of the trick. It will only get better the more points we put into. Overguard is also one of those skills that if you want to make yourself virtually immortal early on, just put a lot of points into it, and then the damage absorption that you get from it is really gonna help carry you. Because it just takes some damage off of each hit that is dealt to you. So if you combine that with high resists and maybe some good base health regeneration, then you'll be a god walking amongst men. Or actually, in my character's case, a goddess. So we're just beelining directly for where we need to be. Hey, hello there, Dread One Eye. And One Eye, and then you're still using your crossbow to aim at things. I don't think that's going to be good, because with One Eye, don't you have a problem? No. Seeing depth, I guess aiming is going to be very difficult with just one eye. Oh well. Not my problem. And I guess it's not his problem anymore either. Okay, that corpse was a little smelly. All kinds of toxic clouds came off of it. And then here. I wonder, the Cronley fight is going to be the dangerous one, I suspect. Because he has the potential to deal quite some damage. Even against relatively tanky characters, but as you saw him before, in more extended fights, if enemies are more aggressive, then we don't have the damage yet to turn our life leech into something useful. And of course, bosses have a very high degree of life leech resistance. So suddenly our leech is not that effective against them either. So it kind of conspires there. That's also one of the reasons why I do want to have the behemoth as one of the constellations in the build. So we have a non-life leech way of recovering life in panicky situations. Hello there, you, stop killing my bees. I want to kill bees. Yes, they're all mine. My own, my precious. Okay, being beset by 2 of them, Hudson, Fury and Bloody Jack. Okay, so let's trigger Overguard, and that kind of stabilized my life a little bit. And of course, some sigils on the floor never really help you. That's kind of the rule of thumb, right? If it looks like a pentagram, and especially if it's colored red, that is not a good thing. Let's see, Snakeskin, the Regenerator. Oh, it's doing a lot of running, not a lot of shooting. I'm perfectly happy with that. And against someone like that, we do have quite nice damage output. So I think I forgot to assign my skill point last level. And indeed I did. So let's put another point into physique. I'm still slightly behind the curve there, or slightly on the curve. And there's Moneybags Martin. Alright, so here you see, we're doing a pretty decent job recovering our life, and he's just very tanky. So for him, he's got a large amount of life, lower on the damage end. That's a perfect enemy to target for us, because we just put a straw in them and just suck out all the life force. So did we get anything valuable here? Boots of Unseen Swiftness. 24% movement speed, but you get interrupted when you get hit. Ah yes, those. Ascended Shoulder Plate, a little bit of ether damage on there. A bit of Cunning Spirit and health. A bit of armor. Armor is about double of what Isaac's spoilers gave. I think if you get a resistance version of these, then that might be an upgrade, but for now this is not really gaining all that much, I think. The resist from Isaac's spoilers are just too useful. This one has a little bit of energy. Bonus to poison damage is of course wasted. Vitality damage on the other hand is kind of neat. Some physique, some spirit. Sort of kind of a slight side grade. It's not an overwhelming upgrade. This one, however, all damage, vitality damage, spirits, health regen, energy regen, and vitality resistance. Okay, so this one we'll just put in the back pocket there. We'll upgrade to it a bit later. Ascended Cask of the Mountain. That's triple resists, no energy regen though. That is unfortunate. That is very unfortunate. Alright, so nothing in here is shouting like upgrade to me now, upgrade to me now. So let's do this. Ooh, funny, that one actually killed itself by shooting at me. That was the retaliation. This one I just murdered myself. Very, very relaxed boss now. First ones have a chat before you actually get into a fight. Oh wow, can actually loot this ornate strongbox. I realized I only know about Darius's chest. Okay, so, well, this ends now. We'll just kill him. Let's not make this more difficult than it has to be. Okay, so Spectral Wrath is on him. That's hence the skull on his face. Let's put on an overguard here. And he just does a lot of damage. So actually, just running away a little bit. And not taking all of the hits is good. I do like to play the game. Let's drink as little or as few health potions as I can get away with. And I'm getting pretty high level in that game, if that game had skill levels. Though, of course, might not be the smartest game to be playing in a boss fight, but, well, I don't think I'm known for doing smart things all the times. And it worked out. But it does show, though, how far you can push yourself. That's the main takeaway from that. Now you can dance away from a boss, just weaving and just keeping your distance, using your overguard to kickstart your regen and increase your damage absorption a little bit. It works out rather well. Keep some of the crystal for myself. That's nice. And we got the ether cluster. Our very first ether cluster. So let's put that one up here as well. It is a consumable after all. And we got a couple more things. Let's see, this one we already looked at. Melduin's Cloth. That's more energy regen, that's some poison resistance. Poison Nova, I do like things that proc. And 20% chance when you get hit by melee attacks, that's just adding insult to injury. For their things that are attacking me, of course. A little bit of health, bit of energy regen, bit of resist. It's basically everything I could want. Level 25, so that's going to be the nearby future. Level 27. 308 armor, that's definitely a lot. It's bonus to health regen, bonus to poison. Effectively, these two items together settle all of my poison resistance problems for veteran mode. So that's until like level 55. That's not a bad deal. That's not a bad problem to have. And this one is just rubbish. Okay, cool. So we opened up all the treasure chests here. Then important. Let's make it to the next waypoint. Because I forgotten to do that. No, killed the boss and then think like, okay, no, nice, let's call it an episode. And then no, close the game. And then next time you get back, you end up back in the wonderful camp in Altarkovia, or no, the Cronley's hideout. But you don't automatically unlock Twin Falls, which is the next one. Then you have to redo Cronley again, which is not bad per se. No, it's extra loot, it's extra experience, it's all the good stuff of life. But if you didn't plan on running a boss another time, it might be a little inconvenient. So we'll just follow the road and drop ourselves into the darkness. And then we end up next to Twin Falls, and it is night in game. So, some skeletons. More skeletons. Cool. Oh, you're also a skeleton. Wonderful. So, that's my waypoint, so let's go back. Old Arkovia, there's a couple of things to fix. In town here are some people that are effectively being held as slaves. Well, not even effectively, they're just being held as slaves. So let's bring them the good news that they are now liberated. They should not bother you anymore, and we even get some scrap for the effort. In here... Oh, there's no... There's a Judith, but there's no treasure chest. I thought there were treasure chests. Jebediah. Every time I see the name Jebediah, I have to think about Jebediah from Kerbal Spray's program. He tends to die a horrible death. Poor Jebediah. So that one has been taken care of. Let's just be extremely lazy and just teleport up the hill here. Have a chat with folks, then go back to the Devil's Crossing camp, and then we can call it an episode. So, Moneybags Martin is dead. You are very welcome. 1,000 reputation. Found some texts that you might like. See, that's also nice. Everybody likes it. I don't think we have enough reputation yet with the rovers to... yeah, see, we need to be respected for the bounty table. And I think with Devil's Crossing we might just hit respected. In the level. I like levels. So we have a Blitz as a one pointer. We have Shield Training as a one pointer. And almost there. Spectral Binding, one more point. So Blitz is now going to be on the left mouse button. It only works against things that are actually enemies. Otherwise it's just your move. But this way, if you click an enemy, we can just charge towards it, which is pretty useful. And if you're in melee range, you're going to charge at something, and if Blitz is on cooldown, you'll just perform a basic attack. It's kind of nice that it works transparently that way. The shield training gives us more shield block time. So over the next couple of levels, it's going to be useful to just boost a couple of these skills to slightly higher levels. But... and I want to grab a Siphon Souls in the not too distant future, since this is kind of nice. It's a AoE lifesteal attack, does quite some vitality damage. It is boosted quite a bit now, because we are boosting vitality damage. Though this one is actually pretty low still. Mornay, yes. I keep getting distracted by myself. Mornay was inside. It is too bad that you can't use Blitz like you would a shield charge in Path of Exile. In there you can actually charge at empty air, which is great for traveling around the world. Darius is dead, and we'll speak with Barnabas, because we need food. And that is going to be the cue to travel towards Homestead, the next destination. So we will do just that. Let's see, we're level 24. So let's bump physique a couple more times. Just at least spend another 2 points. I'll get it to a nice round 10. And I think after that, putting points into the mastery bar is going to help us get on our merry way again. This one, bit of life. Bit of pierce resist, bit of defensive ability. Less armor though, so yeah. I think we evaluated everything here and it was found wanting. Well, freeze immunity is something that is nice to have even if I'm not actively using it. These things now, 30 seconds, that's a little on the low end. And there we have it. We defeated yet another end boss. Sort of kinda, yeah, Cronley is an end boss, isn't he? And slowly making progress. So next episode, journey from Twin Falls to Broken Hills via the Arcovian Undercity. So let's murder some undead. But for now, I'm gonna thank you very much for watching. And I hope to see you again next time. Bye bye.